agreeing to the interview with the Malaysian Reserve, despite your...
Obviously, a lot of people are very concerned about the impact of the current global financial crisis. A lot of wealth, in particular the stock market, has been obliterated because of the global financial crisis. In the short term, we cannot do very much in terms of the stock market. But my concern would be to ensure that the real economy, the adverse impact on the real economy is minimized or is kept as little as possible. Obviously, we cannot insulate the Malaysian economy from what's happening globally. But there's enough strength and enough resilience in the Malaysian economy and in the banking system for us to ensure that despite what's happening in the global economies, we can avoid a recession, even a technical recession, particularly next year. This year we are expecting more than 5% growth, and we are on track to achieve that. As you know, we only need to achieve 1.4% growth in the last quarter to achieve a minimum of 5%, and there's enough momentum for us to exceed 1.4% growth in the fourth quarter. In 2009, we have announced a target of 3.5%. And part of my priority would be to ensure that the fiscal stimulus package, which I've announced on behalf of the government 4th of November, which includes an injection of 7 billion ringgit for infrastructure and housing projects, plus some maintenance work. The 7 billion fiscal stimulus project will be implemented, fully implemented next year, because we have identified projects that have got high multiplier effect that will stimulate the domestic demand, because we cannot expect and we cannot export ourselves out of the present trouble, because OECD countries will not be in a position to absorb our exports. But we can ensure that if domestic demand and domestic consumption remains high, we can achieve the desired growth rate of 3.5%. So that is in the short term. Beyond that, of course, we have to look at some long-term issues like the ease of doing business in Malaysia. I think that's one of the concerns, that we remove all the obstacles, some of the hindrances towards doing business in Malaysia. Secondly, how do we become more competitive? Looking at some of the structural changes necessary, and also the human resource development. And above all, to make sure that we can get back on track as soon as possible, not forgetting the overarching policy of or target of achieving Vision 2020 by transforming Malaysia into a fully developed nation. We are actually studying the matter. We will pass on the reduction in the price of oil to the consumers. So consumers can expect a slight further reduction. But I would caution against too drastic a reduction in price, because basically the price of oil is not stable. It's still a volatile market, and you can expect the price of petrol to go up in the near future. I don't think it is realistic at this price. You will find it's a more acceptable level. So we have to be quite prudent that if we reduce the price of oil too much, then when the price of oil goes up again, then we'll have to increase the price.
It'll be a big shock.
So I don't think it is to the consumer's interest or to the market interest for us to have too much up and down in terms of price of oil. So I think a degree of stability, I think, would help a lot of people in terms of the price of oil. We'll keep the review every 2 weeks. We will replace the rebate system. There will be no more rebate system after March, once the full cycle has been completed. I am personally driving this. I have already met the 3 ministries. Ministry of Housing, Local Government, Ministry of Rural Development, and also the ICU, but they are responsible for the various packages or sub-packages relating to the fiscal stimulus package. I am in the process of establishing a implementation unit in the Ministry of Finance that will report to me directly. It's finding the right person, so I try to look around for the right person and to head this unit. From the 2nd January, the checks will be issued out to the various ministries, what they call the Secretary General of the Ministry of Finance, who was in a meeting with the various ministries, has given the assurance that the warrant will be delivered to the various ministries from the 2nd of January onwards. It is for next year. The fiscal is 2009, so the starting point is immediately after New Year, 2nd January.